Yeah, 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 yeah. And I heard him say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today from the shy.
And either try and address that problem with the openness, like we've said, or maybe you should just think about ending it. And hopefully it ends well. Hopefully it's a clean breakup. And but this is not a perfect world, and we know that there are no completely clean breakups. I know I have one girl who I dated a couple years ago, and we were best friends before, and it wasn't really that bad of a breakup. It was just kind of we both decided this was not right, but it was awkward for a while, and we're now really good friends again. But there's no such thing as a perfectly clean breakup, and you gotta make sure that it's happy, that the relationship makes you happy. That's another important thing. Anything?
No.
No.
I think that you have to be just honest and open with the person, and communication's the key. I've had a girl I dated off and on. I told you about this for 11 months, which actually I think that's my longest relationship. And the first time we broke up was we just had a disagreement with how we were treating each other, and I was kind of the not good boyfriend person, and I stopped talking to her. Like, I don't know why, and I still regret it because she's an incredibly nice girl. And then the second time it was more the roles were flipped. And she got angry at me for something she never really wanted to tell me, I guess. But it's just one of those things. If you're watching this video, honestly, just start keeping a counter next to you. And how many times I say...
click one of these things.
Just every time I say it's just one of those things.
Because apparently it's like 347 of those things.
If I get a realistic number, if somebody posts in the comments down here, and a realistic number, I will give you a shout out on my next video. That's how sick and tired I am of saying this stupid phrase.
Yeah.
But you just need to be honest up front. You just need to be honest up front with the person and not be afraid of talking with the person, and don't let yourself get walked on. Like he was saying, it sounds really selfish, but the only person, honestly, that knows what makes them happy is you. And if you don't know who you are, you really shouldn't be in a relationship. You need to know what defines you, what makes you happy, and go out there and find a person that meets those standards. And I mean, I'm not saying set the standards like super duper high, like everyone I have to date is Brad Pitt for girls, and everyone I have to date is...
I don't know. I'm not really into pop culture.
I'm
insert hot celebrity name here.
Yeah, insert hot celebrity name here.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Sounds about right.
You just need to realize that there are people out there that need to be given a chance. Everyone deserves to have someone that makes them happy. The people I've been counseling, I guess. I don't want to say counseling because they're more or less my friends now.
You've been a shoulder to lean on to them.
Yeah. Everybody that I've allowed to lean on me, I've said that they need to go out there and find someone that makes them happy. And it's one of those, God dang it, it's one of those things where you need to know what makes you happy and stand up for yourself and realize that person, you are a beautiful person and your own destiny.
Uno de aquellas cosas.
I don't know what you just said.
That's one of those things in Spanish.
Gracias, senor. Just don't let yourself get walked on. And once you get out of a relationship, take as much time as you need, but realize that life goes on and there is happiness. There are people out there. I was actually watching, and people know how much I love on Tumblr. People know how much I love Jeff Hendrick and Tyler Ward and those guys. And I was actually watching a Q&A video that Tyler Ward did where he talked about what needed to be done, I guess, to kind of get happy again. And he said it just perfectly, and I've loved how he said it. He said, life is like a roller coaster. You have your ups and downs. It's full of seasons. You have your seasons of happiness. You have your seasons of sadness. You have your seasons of greatness, triumphantness. You've had your seasons of downfall. But it's one of those things where you realize that you are always one step away from being in a different season, being happy again. You just can't give up. You have to keep trying. Change how you are. I mean, change how your mood is, I guess.
And that's what I was talking about a bit earlier with loving yourself is once you do give up on yourself, that's when that downward spiral starts. Downward spiral starts. Okay. Got that out that time. That's like one of those things. Got that out.
Got that out.
Or at least. And so yeah, basically I don't have much to add to that. Take your time with it. Don't give up on yourself. Like, you may think that this breakup is the end of the world and that it's just you're never going to find someone as good as them. But just you got to understand that you can be happy again. It's a matter of what you think, not what they think.
And just to close out of this topic, I guess, don't be afraid to talk to someone.
Yeah,
I think that's if I could give another bit of strong advice is don't hold in emotions because it will literally tear you up inside. I've gone through a period of time where I was very held back, very held within, I guess, from telling people my emotions. Opening up can be that way. It's just lifted off your shoulders. I reconnected with somebody, and I told you this, and I'm not going to go into details, and I hope she's watching this.
Yay!
I reconnected with somebody just a couple weeks ago, just about a week ago. Today's Friday. We hadn't talked in a while, and we met face to face, and it was literally the greatest feeling I've ever had in my entire life. Knowing that we are completely honest with each other now, we are completely upfront, and we can. I felt like I got home that night,
getting that weight off your chest.
Yeah, I mean, I got home that night, and I described it to somebody as I felt like I could jump off a bridge and I wouldn't have gotten hurt. That's how mentally high I was.
Epic.
Just don't hold in your emotions. Just don't be afraid to let things out. People are going to judge you. You can't get away from people judging you. I mean, there are going to be people that immediately create an opinion against you based on what you share with them. It's one of those things where if those people are really going to be tearing against you, there are two type of people in the world, people that want to help you and people want to see you burn in heck. And if those people really go against you that strongly, don't let them in your life. Just try to separate yourself from your life, because you have every right, as I do, to be surrounded by positive people.
And along with the people who are they're gonna try and tear you down. Those people are the ones who they can't be happy with themselves, and generally, maybe they just enjoy that. I don't know. But generally, from my experience, it's been those people are the people who aren't able to be happy with themselves anymore, and they don't want to see anyone else happy. So maybe try and help them. I'm not saying you have to go out of your way, because sometimes they just don't want to listen, but sometimes it helps. And then, who knows, you make a new friend. That's my piece on that.
I'm texting someone.
Okay, should we transition into the next piece of our final closing argument?
Yeah, is your computer on?
Yeah, I might have to log in.
We're gonna do something real quick. We're gonna cut.
No, you don't have to.
We're not gonna cut. Well, I'm gonna cut this out.
Okay,
hopefully.
we will cut this out. Okay, this quote, I'm not exactly sure who was quoting it with, but it's concerning Bruce Lee. And me and Brian earlier had kind of a conversation about people's opinion of perfection and self-improvement, and this was very going along with that. So I'm going to read the quote now.
I'm hoping this is actually, it's skipping on the video capture thing. It's popping up with skipping 2 seconds, so I really hope this isn't screwing things up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Bruce had me up to 3 miles a day, really at a good pace. We'd run the 3 miles in 21 or 22 minutes, just under 8 minutes a mile. Note, when running on his own in 1968, Lee would get his time down to 6.5 minutes per mile. So this morning he said to me, we're going to go 5. I said, Bruce, I can't go 5. I'm a hell of a lot older than you are, and I can't do 5. He said, when we get to 3, we'll shift gears, it's only 2 more, and you'll do it. I said, okay, hell, I'll go for it. So we get to 3. We go into the 4th mile, and I'm okay for 3 or 4 minutes. Then I really begin to give out. I'm tired. My heart's pounding. I can't go anymore, and so I say to him, Bruce, if I run anymore, and we're still running, if I run anymore, I'm liable to have a heart attack and die. He said, then die. It made me so mad that I went the full 5 miles. Afterward, I went to the shower, and then I wanted to talk to him about it. I said, why'd you say that? He said, because you might as well be dead. Seriously, if you're always going to put limits on what you can do, physical or anything else, it'll spread over into the rest of your life. It'll spread into your work, into your morality, into your entire brain. There are no limits. There are plateaus, but you must not stay there. You must go beyond them. If it kills you, it kills you. A man must constantly exceed his level. And I think that's a really beautiful philosophy on, say, perfection or self-improvement, or however you want to view it. Because what he's saying there is, you're at a place right now, and maybe it's hard to improve. Maybe you're at a level that's pretty high for you, and you don't think you can improve. But you need to. You need to push yourself and improve, and always improve, because to me that is kind of what the perfect idea is that we can always better ourselves. Not so much with, like, saying you have to do the best as compared to everyone else. I'm saying do the best to yourself, and then always try to make that best just a little bit better.
Perfection, such a overused word. I think I've said this before. Perfection, you are perfect if you embrace your imperfections. And you either address the imperfections as something you need to correct, or you make yourself better than your imperfections.
Like, you change your point of view on them.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to see how highly regarded people are just because, like, athletes, just because they do amazing things. Nobody's perfect. No one in this world, I'm telling you right now. Here, I will get awkwardly close. No one is perfect. Hi. No one... Phil, get back. No one is perfect.
Trying to make that take perfect.
Don't ever wear yourself down with trying to be perfect. Because you are you, because whatever you believe in created you that way. You need to accept that you can't do everything that you want to do, but what you can do, you can make the best that you can. That sounded really weird, but yeah, you kind of get what I'm going.
And this goes back to the whole...
And I heard him say, nothing's ever promised tomorrow today. From the shy, like Tim, it's a hard